Welcome back to our lesson of PHP. In this lesson, we are going to learn about how we can get the info or the data from the user or from PHP. Well, there is a couple of methods of how you'll be able to get that. First method is going to be this data method, which we put directly and we put it on PHP and then make it like appear on our web browser, just like this. But there are a couple of methods of how you'll be able to get those data from specific users too. So to do that, there are going to be server method, which is going to be a quite like complex method. But as this is the beginner lesson of how you'll be able to use, PHP while using HTML at the same time, that means I'm not going to be showing you that method of how you'll be able to get it from, different users or different data, okay? But I'm going to be showing you how you'll be able to get past that barrier and make sure that your data is taken as PHP or PHP takes it and then makes it visible on your screen and also your cloud info. So first off, as we already have a HTML structure, so what I'm going to do is cut this off. Here the first command which I'm going to type is going to be an HTML command, which is going to be form action, which is over here. Okay, now you can see the form action tag has appeared over here. Now after that, what I'm going to do is going to be typing in equal, and as I've typed in equal, I'm going to do is put in double quotation. Now as I've typed in double quotation, now I'm going to type in this name, which is going to be index.php. Now as I've typed in index.php, the next thing what I'm going to type is going to be the method. So from here, after that, I'm going to do is put in a space, and then here I'm going to type method. Okay, so that after I get the method, I'm going to do is going to be typing in equal again, and here I'm going to do is type in get. Now the next thing I'm going to do is close off this tag or the opening tag. Okay, so the next thing what I'm going to do is going to be typing in form over here again, which is going to be the closing form. Type in form, and I'm going to do is close it off. Now as I've typed it off, now I have my form tag over here on PHP. I'm going to do is make some spaces over here now as I have form. So the next thing what I'm going to type is going to be my input. So in between it, I'm going to type in my input tag. So let's say I'm going to type in input. Now here input, I'm going to do is type in input type. As I have my input type, I'm going to type in equal, double quotation. Don't put in a space, just put in double quotation, and then put in the text. Let's say after I'm done, I'm going to do is type in equal again, type in name, equal. Let's say type in name over here. The name is name and the text is text. Now you'll be able to get, let's say, a table from this, okay? So I'm going to do is close it off again. Now as I've closed it off, now we have our form, right? So the next thing what I'm going to do is run it without debugging. Press on yes, retry as administrator first. Press on yes, and then refresh it. I can see this parse error or syntax error might appear up. Well, that is sometimes, or like that appears sometimes when you're like doing a mistake. So what I'm going to do is check on it again. Now you can see that we have our PHP, closing PHP. I'm going to do is make sure that all of the commands are visible. Now let's say we have our form. You can see our form. Then we have is our action. What I'm going to do is make sure that there is no space in between. Index.php. Then we have our method. Then we have is our form over here again. I'm going to do is run it again and see if it works. Press on yes. Retry as admin. Type in yes, you will see an interface. Refresh it. If this parse error still appears up, then what you're going to do is put in another one. So here, let me just type in another content. Let's say here you have to put in name. Okay, so I'm going to do is put in name before it. Now we have our form. What I'm going to do is retry it again and see if it works. And make sure to see that each and every of the content are intact and all the commands are like inside PHP tag or the PHP command, okay? As all of our, commands have been perfect, so the next thing we're gonna do is take this, closing PHP, Control X, and paste it over here. Not at the end, but here, okay? Because this is not in between PHP. But just like I told you that it will be inside PHP, but it's outside of PHP. We only want the server to term it as PHP, but not this content, because when we are using this form tag, it is already turned to be HTML. And now you can see in my web browser, I have this box and this table. You can see that I have this name, and another like advantage and interesting thing is that you can also type in your name over here. And you can see this is how forms and tables like these are made online, okay? And this is how it exactly works. Now the next thing what I'm going to do is how you will get that is that I'm going to type in another command which I typed in first, which is going to be input, and then I'm going to do is input type, which is over here. So input type is going to be submit, okay? So put in double quotation. I'm going to type in submit. What I'm going to do is close up the double quotation over here, and I'm going to do is close up the tag, and I'm going to run it again without debugging. Press on yes, retry as admin, and you will see a pop-up will appear. You're just going to type in this yes and refresh the web browser. Now you can see we have our submit, and this is how you'll be able to get information from users online. Well, this is a bit complex sometimes to do, but let's say I'm going to type in my name and it'll say now people are going to submit it, and obviously you're going to get that content over here. You're right, you're going to see that has appeared up on my web browser. Now if I typed in more, now you can see we also have it saved, and that is how people actually get that saved on a web browser, and how the web browser actually saves it. Now let's say I'm going to type in another one. Let's say Tom Brady, hit on submit. You can see now it's Tom Brady. Now if I typed on it, and you can see the web browser has already saved it as the name which you used previously. So you can just click on any one you want, and then it will directly put in the one you used. So let's just go over here, and as we're done with submit, now let's say I'm gonna do is put in another one which is going to be a bit different. Here, as we are done with the form, now I'm gonna type in a break. So I'm gonna type in BR over here and close it off. The next thing I'm gonna do is put in the PHP code again, but I'm gonna close it off too. So here I'm gonna do is type in question, and then type in PHP, and after that I'm gonna type in echo, and after that I'm gonna do is type in this question and then close it off again. Now you can see that this has appeared up, but as I've used name over here so that the name appeared over there, but I want that to echo over here. So if I want to get that to echo over here, so I'm going to type in like a variable. So I'm going to type in this, and I'm going to type in underscore, and type in get. You can see over here is get. That is how it exactly works. I'm going to do is open my the second bracket, and after my second bracket I'm going to type in name. Put in a double quotation first and type a name. Now as I have it over here, and it will appear right over here when I refresh it, okay? So what I'm going to do is run it, okay, and see if it works, right? Debugging, press on yes, yes again, yes. Now I'm going to do is refresh it, and I can see the name has appeared over here, which is Tom Brady. Now what I'm going to do is, Saka Otaru. I'm going to do is submit it, and now you can see the name has appeared over here. And that is how basically the websites gather your name and the admins or the users of the website or the manager of the website gets the name very easily, and as that is saved very easily. Then you can also save that name and print that name later on. That's totally up to you, but to get that, what you have to do is use this command of get. So make sure to use this $, and then underscore, and then all capital letter, okay? I can see that I also have this drag and drop option over here on Visual Studio, so you'll be able to do all of those over here. then if you type in username over here, let's say I'm going to type in username, and I'm going to put in user over here. Now as I've typed in user, I'm going to do is run it without debugging. Now as I've typed in debugging, I'm going to press on yes, retry it as admin, and press on yes again, and then refresh your browser. And now you will see that this warning will appear up. If this warning appears up, the next thing what you're going to do is put in this code over here, and then it will be solved. So I'm going to do is, here I'm going to type in echo, as I want this to echo. So I'm going to do is type in your name is, and after that I'm going to do is press on a space, run it without debugging, press on yes, run it as admin, yes, refresh it, and you can see that your name is like this. Okay, so if you type in your name, let's say I'm going to type in Tom Brady, hit on submit, and you can see that this has appeared up and the error has been removed. So until like you put in your name over here, it might show you up as an error because it is echoing. Okay, so if it does not have any data, it's going to show up as an error. So you have to put in your data first, and then what you're going to do is press on submit, and only then you will get the result without any error. And that is how you'll be able to get the user input. Then you can also put different type of names. You can like let's say you can put an age over here and do the same thing. What I'm going to do is put the same thing over here. I'm going to type in age. Then after age, I'm going to do is put in colon. Now the age is going to be kind of like the same thing, but before that, you're going to put in a break over here. So I'm going to type in BR. Now as I have the break, I'm going to put the same thing. I'm going to put in input type, type in equal. I'm going to type in double quotation, text. As I have my text, I'm going to close my double quotation. Now here I'm going to do is type in age equal double quotation. Then I'm going to type in age again. So as I've typed in age again, so I'm going to do is close it off, close off the tag, and that is basically it on how you'll be able to get that. And down over there, I'm going to do the same thing over here. Here I'm going to do is, as I have my BR, if you don't have your BR over here, put in the break. I'm going to put in BR over here, and I'm going to do is your age is, I'm going to do is copy the same thing, Control C, Control V, PHP echo. Then here I'm going to do is put in the age. Okay, put in age. Now as I have my age and also have my code over here, so I'm going to do is run it without debugging, press on yes, refresh your browser, and if it still doesn't work, you have to refresh it back again, run it without debugging, or debug it back again, retry as admin, press on yes, refresh it, and you can see that I also have my age. You can like increase and decrease it. You can also type in your age. Let's say I'm going to type in 50, submit, and now you can see your age is something like this. First I'm going to do is Tom Brady. I'm going to type in 50. Now first I'm going to do is submit. Your name is Tom Brady, your age is 50. Okay, so if it doesn't work yet, what you're going to do is type in get and age over here, which is kind of like the same thing. So the method is going to be get, which is we are using it over here. Okay, the get. Okay, what you're gonna do is, instead of this age over here, type in like name, which is going to be the same command, and after that, let's say I'm gonna type in and then I'm gonna do is type in an age, which is going to be 50. I'm gonna do is submit it, and you can see the name is this and the age is this. So that is basically how you'll be able to get info and data from users online. So thank you for watching this video, and let's move on to the next lesson, where I'm going to be showing you the basic use of calendar and building a basic calendar.